Yo, it's the Latin Bass Assassin. What's up? What's happening? And this is the Rodcast, the home of the BBL. Yo, Carl, I'm right here, dog. It took me a while, but I'm right here, dog. Where on the lake is the Latin Bass Assassin? Nobody knows, dog. But I am here now. Where on the lake is the Latin Bass Assassin? Cuba Tater, what's happening? Creel, I can see you, dog. Hallelujah, we can see Creel. Ow, yeah. You were worried about me, dog. Why were you worried, Derek? Were you worried about the streak, dog? Because the streak will go on. Weather permitting, God willing, weather permitting, that streak will go on. Where in the world is the Latin Bass Assassin? All right, guys, it was cold this morning, so I was not coming out here in the morning, bros. The morning was like 60 some degrees, almost high 50s, bros, and I was like, forget that. I'm not fishing this early in the season in 58 degree weather. So now you guys may say, what a wussy, huh? But I ain't doing it. Not just yet. Yo, what up, Amanda? What's happening? I'm telling you, Amanda, if it's cold, I won't be there unless I absolutely have to. So then I just chose, let's just fish in the afternoon. Now it's like 80 some degrees, low 80s with a cool breeze. But we can fish. Now, Derek, it makes no sense what you put there, bro. So we're getting a little... Our ears are getting perked there, bro. Where in the world is the Latin Bass Assassin? I was gonna go fish over here, but there's a vato there, so you can have all that side of the lake, player. There's plenty of water to go find our fish that will continue the streak. Homies, we are 30 times 4 plus some single digit number of days of consecutive fishing and consecutive non-zeros. I also do not know how much gas I have in the tank. Last time I filled up, apparently, I didn't keep track of how many gallons were in here. So, this is just a guessing game. You must have missed yesterday, Derek, and the cast is... Did I lose? I don't know. My phone is spinning. Who knows what's going on? I will wait. We're back. So, Derek, you must have missed the Rodcast yesterday, and the Rodcast is a culmination of episode after episode. So, probably have to see episode and understand why be Creole now. But either way, I agree with you, Derek. That game yesterday was... Yo, Gary! What's happening, player? The game yesterday was pretty crazy. I don't know if Elon is chopping up right now, guys. On my end, it sort of looks like he's chopping up a little bit. But I could be wrong. Yo, what's up, Rob? Rob, you missed the portion where I described that it was cold this morning. I'm talking about cold. It was like high 50s with a little bit of a wind chill. And I was like, nah, bro, too early for me in the year to be experiencing this kind of weather. So I waited it out. And now it's somewhere between warm and cold because there's wind blowing right now. There's wind blowing right now to cool me down, but the sun to heat me up. And now my body is just rightfully confused. All right, so it was chopping up. Maybe it was because whatever I was saying was not important. But if that were the case, then it would be chopping up all the time because most of what I'm saying is usually not important. It's for entertainment value, for entertainment purposes. What's happening, Senor Canadian Bacon? Right now we are throwing a, or is it, I think it's a 5XD. We're throwing a 5XD out here, just messing around, bros, getting that movement going. You know what I'm saying? Rob thought I was missing in action. I wasn't, Rob. Now, in the winter, we're just going to fish whatever when it's cold. But we know that it's supposed to be cold, so when we wake up, we're going to be all like, all right, be ready for the cold. But this morning, it was like, this is stupid. This is totally stupid. Okay, Derek, I mean, if you missed it, you missed it, but your previous statement was rather odd. Your previous statement of, I haven't seen you in weeks. I think that's what I read. Maybe I misread it, but it said I haven't seen you in weeks, and that don't make no sense. So, Derek, you better have somebody program your AI a lot better than that. Because that don't make any sense. Because I believe you've been here throughout the week. Because you were telling your wife that you were asleep when you were asleep. Wink, wink. But all I'm saying is, that makes 0 sense. Shed, what's happening? Well, Derek, the sarcasm was lost in just the text. So, if you're being sarcastic, well, now I'm reading you, bro. But it's hard to read sarcasm. I was actually a little concerned for you, bro. I was like, did this fool have a seizure or something? Like, or did he have some kind of a slight stroke that he forgot that he saw us the other day? I don't know. So, you know, the concern was there, bro. I was like, wait a second. Derek, I think you need more sleep because you clearly are not remembering when you were here the other day. Well, so here's the thing, Rob. If it was a warm mess, oh, I'd be out there, dog. I would be out here just white capping. I'd be like, what up, dogs? It's the Latin Bass Acid. What's up? What's happening? But it was a cold white cap. And I don't want that, bro. Because here's the thing, dogs. When you're out here in the cold, right? Everything, whatever, it's cold. And then the white caps, they throw water on you. And then you're like, ah, man. Well, that sucks even more because now it's even colder. And it just compounds and compounds, bro. It's just factors that I didn't want to deal with. And now, look, bro. Now it's just, I still don't know if it's hot. I don't know if it's cold because I'm going to explain it to you. The side that's facing the sun, well, I feel kind of hot. The side that's facing the wind, well, that's kind of weird because that side is kind of fresh. So now my body's all like, bro, what did you bring us into, bro? I was like, I don't know, dog. It's nature, I guess. So that is what we're dealing with here, guys. We're dealing with the unknown conditions. Now let's just see. I mean, more importantly, let's not care about my whining, but more importantly, how are the fish going to behave? They were the ones that were really out here in those white caps, not me, because I was at my house. So I was like, whatever, I'm not a fish. I'm good. Now, are the fish currently sunning? And they're up there, the BBLs in their tongas with their bikinis on, and they're just in the sun. They'll be like, hey girl, what's up? Looking good. You looking good for the winter. I don't know. I don't know if they're just up there warming up, or if they're deeper and they're all like, look girl, I am not gonna be out there in the cold. And that's why we're out here trying to figure it out. Ready fishing, what's happening? What's the water temp? The water temp says 82 and change. Right now, this crankbait is grinding. Grinding, on the bottom. I am in about 8 feet of water. And I'm throwing out to the deeper part of this little hump right here. We're gonna move to a different hump in a second. We're gonna move to the area where the eagle dropped Creel off, and we were all like, what? What's up, Creel? But also took his honey bun. That's a sad story, guys. And if you're interested, for the Guntersville, the YouTube channel, or the Guntersville, the YouTube channel, it has all the songs that you guys can hear that are made from the Rodcast. It's got Honey Buns and Mountain Dew. It's got Guntersville. It's got Captain Bizbait. It's got all of them. You guys can go check them out over there. It's just grass. It's got BBLs. I forgot what the name of that one is. I don't think it's BBLs in the house, but it's got that one. They're out there. So in case you guys want to go over there and check them out, I think it's also got fine bass ditches. It does. We're looking for fine bass ditches. Pretty sure it does. It does have all the hits. Hopefully it doesn't have all the hits. I'm expecting a hit or two out here, but so far, oh no, I forgot. This is my homie, Blue Jizzy. This is the only blue gizzard that I have, and I used it over here. Uh-oh. Yeah, Blue Jizzy, what's up? We have Freedom. Freedom Marine. We have freed my homie, Senor Blue Gizzard. We are currently in 10 feet. All of a sudden, these things I see before, I can now see again. All right, so we got ourselves a little shell. How nice. Oh, bros, look at that. 2 little shells. Look at that. 1 on each hook. Shh, bro, that's like having 2 earrings. I never even got 1 earring, bro. I come from a machismo culture, bro. That means that the chicas have earrings. The vatos don't have earrings. Steve, are you in the past, dog? Old school, what's up? Oh, What was that? That felt weird. Might have been grass. Might have been grass. There was a little fresh eelgrass leaf on them. What's happening, old school? Texas seemed to do a little better this weekend, but I mean, that really don't say much because that was against, I think, San Jose State or something like that. So, you know. Not impressive. But yes, guys, yesterday's game between the Ravens and the Bills, it was crazy. It was definitely crazy. All right, we're switching over to a worm. Texas rigged. We're gonna cast to the top of the hump. We tried the edges to see if there was anybody out deep. And now we're gonna try more in the grass type stuff. This was in like what looks like some hard bottom, mixture of hard bottom and sand or clay or whatever it ends up being. Some type of dirt is all. Tater said the game was good. It was crazy, bro. I really only caught the last piece of the third quarter and then the fourth quarter, and I was like, what is going on here, bros? It was, I don't know. And that was week one, bro. Week one, and the game was that crazy. Bro, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about, and keep in mind, I used to be like a fan of Mahomes and his quarterback style, right? I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then they started giving him all these calls, right? You know, all these cheats that are like, bro, clearly your offensive lineman is friggin' he false starts every time that it's going to be a passing play. And I don't know if he's still on the team. Like all these freaking pass interferences that you're like, what the heck? All these just random flags, right? So at that point in time, I'm like, all right, this guy, he's the belle of the NFL, so they're giving him the benefit of the doubt with all these calls and whatnot. And then I saw him just like lay out some defensive back, and the poor guy was just chilling, easing up, and then Mahomes is like, let me throw a shoulder into this guy. And you're like, dude, are you kidding me? So now, hopefully, that lets all defensive backs know, yo, bro, it's time to lay the wood. It's time for this guy to see what it feels like. I mean, more than likely, they're going to throw a penalty and be all like, oh, my God, you hit him too hard in the field of play as he was going out of bounds. So you're going to have to walk that fine line, whether you want to get fined and whether it's worth it to you to send a message for all your other homies and tell them, look, bro, you're a quarterback. We'll lay you out. But you're also protected, so we can't lay you out as much as we would like. The Ravens dominated the game. Yo, what's up, Sully? Nah, bro. We just barely got out here on the water. We're just finding our way out onto the water. Apparently late. based on the comments that we've been receiving, like, where the heck were you, bro? Why were you not out here earlier? So we got out here. That's step one, getting out here. Step two, throw a couple casts, get loose, get some stretches in. We got to go like this. We got to do some Richard Simmons, I don't want to say Jane Fonda workout, but at least Richard Simmons kind of, you know, like calisthenics, bro. We're going to be all like, all right, let's go. 1, and touch your toes. 2, all right. Now let's do some side bends because, you know, we're getting older, dog. We got to make sure that we are warmed up for battle. We don't want to set the hook and be like, my hamstring. Oh, and then be out for like 3 weeks. Nah, bro, you got to be ready. You got to stretch. You got to be ready for all the ninja kicks and stuff that I do out here. You know, some of them cost me microphones, but we won't speak of that. But there's a lot of prep work going on here. Like, I haven't even put my sun covers on. And the sun has been beating down on me for a little bit. It almost feels like it's 80 degrees out here. And now we'll get a little serious. Because, you know, now we got the uniform on and it's game time. We'll get a little serious. But not too serious, because you guys know that we don't get too serious on the Rodcast. The only thing we get serious is seriously ridiculous. That is the only thing that will happen out here. We will get seriously ridiculous and have ourselves a good time. Sully, you must not have seen the time when I had what seemed to be the most outrageous gout known to mankind. I did catch him from my couch. So it was tough. It was tough, but I did catch him from the couch, so. It is possible, very possible, to catch him from the couch, but it's rough. It is rough. Does your fuel tank need a sending unit or some? Well, what are you talking about? Rob, what are you talking about, dude? What is this sending unit? And Snozook, I will go back and I will look at these roughing the passer calls that you say. Well, I think the high school is letting out. I will take a look at these roughing the passer calls and then I'll let you know. I mean, just my opinion, bro, because clearly they were roughing the passer calls because they were called. Now, whether we agree with them or not, that's a different story because, you know, there's calls that I don't agree with, but in the end, can we undo them? We cannot. We can just be angry. I hope that you find that, bro. like, I hope you find the unblanking of your back. Oh, you are correct, Rob. I don't know how much gas Silver has. She filled up her tummy with hay, or I did. I just apparently did not keep track of how much hay, because, I mean, I have a fuel gauge here, bro, but, I mean, it's water, bro, so, like, when you're on the water and it's moving, it's not really giving you, like, oh, bro, we have exactly this much, because we're shaking. So it's kind of just like whatever. So, I mean, the light comes on when we're near empty, so that's cool. But there is a digital gauge on there that tells me how many gallons I've used. So I usually just go with that number, and then I remember how many gallons I put in, and I say, okay, well, mathematically I should be somewhere around there, and then I understand how much gas I got left. But it's not always reliable because of myself, because I don't think I took a picture of the number, because one, I'm not gonna remember it. Just no way. I won't remember the number because I got a billion other numbers going through my head. And one of those numbers is 8675309. I'm probably wrong, but I think that's the number, bro. So one of those numbers is that. And that number just, I'll be thinking about, okay, how many gallons did I have? Well, I had so many at this time, and then it was all like that, the song pops into my head, and next thing you know, boom, I forget the numbers. I hope Colin was able to see that before he left, because that's one way to potentially straighten out your back, is to go flying in the air with me, and then when you come back down, there may be some cracking, and when that cracking happens, you're like, oh my God, I feel like 40 years younger. Well, Sully, that is one way to fish, bro. Watch a bobber from your house and be like, oh, the bobber's gone. Looks like I gotta go figure out what's going on. Who stole my bobber? Go solve the mystery. But we are going to run to a different spot, guys. The mystery of whether there are fish here or not is currently leading us to say that there are no actively biting fish here. At least not for the particular baits that we are throwing. So we will never say that there are no fish here, because, oh, I am sure they are here, but they may not be actively biting the fish the baits that we are throwing. But I haven't thrown Don's chatterbait, so Let's do that for a second while we get out of the way. Yeah, Rob, the dude that, when I bought my boat, they said, hey, because most of my boats were older boats, so I never had a real reliable way of knowing how much gas I had in the boat. And the dude, like I asked him, I was like, yo, bro, this fuel gauge work? And he's like, yeah, man. But he goes, but you've got a digital readout right there, so I wouldn't even worry about that gas gauge. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, this will be more accurate, dude. It'll tell you that that you have, you know, how many gallons you've used. That's a fish. Alrighty. It ain't big. It ain't big, but it ain't small. But again, guys, we switched over to Don's chatterbait, so seeing as how we were throwing a worm and a crankbait, they weren't fans of that. So we switched over to a chatterbait, and lo and behold, we got ourselves a fish. So we didn't rule out the fact that there could be fish here, as I am more than likely certain that there are always fish. Seeing as how it is water, there is a chance of there being a fish here. So we switched it up. And now we got ourselves what I believe to be puro little Juan right here. But this does continue the streak. We are now at 30 times 4 plus some single digit number of days of consecutive fishing and consecutive non-zeros. We will just weigh this guy just for the heck of it. This right here is a little Juan. But it did make our day, guys. So we will not be zeroing. Thank the good Lord that we will not be zeroing today. Iwashala bros. Not a giant, but good enough to continue the streak. Oh yeah. Thank the good Lord. Yo, Colin, did you see Unlimited's suggestion for getting your back straightened or fixed or unbleeped? It was one of the nicer little Juans. So either way, guys, we kept our streak alive. So let's show you what that fish weighed, assuming that you can see it. That fish weighed 2 pounds, 10 ounces. I assume that you guys can see these when I show them to you, but maybe you can't. Maybe it's too bright. But the streak is alive. The insurance will not cover that. Well, Colin, let me work on that, bro. Bro, I'm surprised I caught that fish because apparently my drag was on the weakest of weak. All right, well, I guess you couldn't see that at all. You guys could take my word for it. It was 2 pounds, 10 ounces. But apparently you couldn't see it. My bad, dudes. But even though you guys couldn't see that, you guys know what we can see? We can see krill again. We can see krill now, the rain is gone. Yeah. It's kind of weird, bros. I can see krill again. Some of these times I'm like, maybe that's not a good thing. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. All that matters is that we saw the fish. That is correct. I mean, I still like to present the weights, but seeing the fish is part of the game plan. Show the fish, show the weight. Here we go. Now we're at the point of 2.1, 210. What is what? We do not know. This is the eternal debate between ounces and, I don't know, Colin called them decimal ounces. I don't remember what he called them, bro. Oh! Okay, so let me ask you a question here, Faith. Am I supposed to give that to Creel? But either way, dog, Faith's got 5 on it. Fishing with Silver and me. Faith's got 5 on it. Grab your fishing pole, homie. Faith now needs to let me know if I'm supposed to give that to Creel, because how is Creel making money on the Rodcast? Well, that is somewhat confusing. But it is appreciated, Faith. So yeah, Colin, on it, bro. I'll see if I can get this approved under your health provider. I don't know what hoops I gotta jump through, but I mean, Silver might even be like, taking someone out fishing is like mental health. So Silver might be a mobile psychiatrist platform or couch. And you guys can come out here and be like, okay, doc, so here's the thing. And I'll be like, what's up? Don't call me doc, because I'm not a doctor, but I'll listen. And I'll be like, yeah, so, you know, when I was younger, my parents didn't let me have everything I wanted. I'm like, okay, what seems to be the problem? Well, doc, I wanted some things. right, yeah, so? You didn't hear me. They wouldn't let me have it. Go on. And boom, we go riding around, solving issues of the day. So when the live went out, Creel did catch a fish. And then after that, we didn't catch anything. You guys didn't miss much except for like laughs and stuff. But there you go. See, I don't think I need to be a doctor. I might just be able to be a counselor. I'll probably have to take a couple classes of some sort of something in order to be a counselor, and I'll be like, all right, guys, welcome to the Rodcast. Today on the deck we have Colin, and Colin is complaining of back issues. Let's see if we can fix back issues. I don't know what the limits of a counselor are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can't fix back issues. I don't know. But I'm just saying, potentially, we might be able to help you out there, Colin. And maybe the rules are different in Canada. Dudes, what I was afraid of was that Creel was gonna fall in the water and then it wouldn't be on camera. That's what I was afraid of, because bros, we were rocking. We were rocking and rolling. In fact, GM found us and his statement was, surely that's not those dudes right there fishing out here in this chaos. And when he came over, he was like, sure as shad, it is them. And then he fished there a little bit with us, and then we moved somewhere else, and he went under the bridge with us, and then he was all like, bros, I don't know about fishing out there. Said he almost fell in a couple times, so. No. Don't, hold on, Steve. Like, videos of my brother, they might not help me for, well, I mean, they might still help me for the counseling portion, but they might help me get my chiropractor certification or whatever chiropractors get. I don't know. Because then they'll be like, oh, look, he's trying to help his brother's neck out. He's trying to align his neck. And then they'll be all like, oh, clearly we have to hook this guy up with some kind of certification there, because he knows his way around a chokehold. Now, I don't think that helps my brother in any way to become like any doctor, if you guys know what I mean. His cheap move that he tried. Ah, yes, it will show the level of patience. It will show. Look at how calm he is under irrational thoughts. He's listened to the irrational mind, and he sits there and still tries to figure out how did they get there. Well, you see, Steve, that right there is the talk of traditional medicine, bro. Because traditional medicine would say, oh no, bro, that is assault. But sometimes somebody's got to be worked back into line, bro, to where it's all like, okay, all right, that was crazy. I won't do that. So I mean, dude, if we were talking modern medicine, they would just say, here's a pill for your brother. And I'd be like, no. Give me one shot at him, dog. Give me one shot at him, and I will put him straight for a little bit. Now, it's not gonna last all his life, but it will straighten him out for the moment, and then we will go from there. And then they're gonna be all like, yeah, but what about the rest of the moments? And I'm like, yeah, but your pills don't straighten him out. You don't take one pill and then he's straightened out for the rest of his life. No. You have to continually take pills and be on a long-term plan. So because of that, just give me a shot at this fool, and I will show you that my efforts are more effective than your efforts with these pills. Has my done any boat lately? No. In fact, I'm not sure he wants to show up to the boat anymore now that he's got a little. It took him. When was the last time that he talked shad? I think it might have been sometime last week. He went off on the keyboard, and I was like, okay, dog, you know where to find me. And then boom, he would get fixed again, bro. Bone bending, huh? No, bro. It is I mean, if I was looking for that, bro, I'd go into the UFC. But it is a multi-level practice, bro. What was that? Was that grass? Or was that a bass? It's just grass. Blah, 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 blah. It's just grass. That's another hit out on the Guntersville for the Guntersville page or channel on YouTube. It's just grass. So yeah, bro. These are not going to be your traditional methods, dude. Like, if a parent brought their kid on the Rodcast, and then they were all like, you know, my son has been acting up. We're like, okay, what's the deal here? They've been talking back. They've been blah, blah, blah. All right, how old are they? Okay, yeah, okay. They're like 6, 7. All right. And they've been talking back. And then I'll reach into one of my rod lockers and I'll be like, look, I'm gonna prescribe, and it's only necessary for you to give this prescription during the outburst. I'm gonna prescribe 2 chanclas, okay? Then as they start to learn and the outbursts start to lessen, then you can go down to 1 chancla. So you give them a chanclazo, you got to give them 2 at first, and then afterwards, as they start to learn and they start to become, you know, the child that you're trying to raise, then yeah, you can cut back and only give them 1 chancla. And then after that, potentially, I mean, I've seen it happen multiple times. You can go to only showing them the chancla, and then they're all like, uh-oh, I know what's going on here. So you see, Steve, those are the methods, the non-traditional methods that I would be bringing to the medical practice. I feel like these are practices that were in place many years ago, but as time passed, people started to depend more on big pharma and not big chancla. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell you what, big chancla, it doesn't work on everybody, because clearly, my brother, but big chancla, it does work, bro. I mean, let's put something on the table here. My brother is not a bad dude. The chancla worked on him. The chancla kept him from doing bad things. Like, he's not a terrible person. He's not going to go murder somebody or beat somebody up for no reason or whatever. That's not who my brother is. And that's thanks to the chancla. But if, what do you call it? And he hasn't had the chancla, he hasn't been prescribed a chancla in a while. So the methods have to change. So as he gets older, it's like, oh, the chancla is not going to work for you, bro. So we're going to have to do a little alignment of the neck. And then he's all like, okay, all right, I'm back. I'm back in reality. We're good. So that's what the Rodcast would be, dog. So the Rodcast medical practice would be just that, dog. More traditional, you know, type of medical practice. And if necessary, I'll sign a chancla or whatever, you know. They'll be like, hey, can you sign the chancla? And I'll be like, sure, but your kid's probably going to hate me because they're going to see my signature on there when they're getting the chancla, and they might come after me later on and be like, that's that fool that prescribed the chancla. But, you know, some risks are worth taking. All right, guys, we are going to move. We got one fish. It was 2 and change. Interesting. I just passed over something, guys, so I'm going to throw a little blue jizzy out there and see what he does. I'm going to follow the trail of bubbles that the boat made. Well, mister. Okay. Thought he was stuck for a second, but then he got unstuck. So I got to cast in the direction of that green bush. So yeah, bro, you know, just the traditional stuff. We're just trying to get Colin to be able to have his insurance pay for an appointment on silver. That's all we're trying to do, bro. We ain't trying to save the world. Yes, sir, Fred. Welcome to the Rodcast, dog. But yes, moderator, it is a more traditional, holistic type of medical practice. Not a modern medicine type of practice. Trying to see if I can. That was weird. That was weird. Yeah, Fred, we caught ourselves one so far, and it was 2 pounds, 10 ounces. The homies couldn't verify that because apparently there was some glare, but we did catch it when we were about to leave this spot, and we talked about there are fish here, but not wanting to bite what we were throwing, so we switched to Don's chatterbait just so we could get that out of the way and do our thing. Though Silver's butt is in the way. It's really messing with my casting angle here. And I will tell you what, Silver does not respond to the chancla method. Oh, and for those of you who are not bilingual, the chancla is essentially a sandal. You know what I'm saying? Mexican mothers with a sandal are like sharpshooters, bro. They know how to hit your soul with a sandal. But also, what do you call it? They are not limited to, like, they study multiple instruments of correction. So don't think that just because you don't see a chancla on a Mexican mother that you're safe, right? It's not like, oh man, I don't see, I don't see a gun on this individual, so I'm safe. No, bro. A Mexican mother is a master of utilizing anything around them for correction purposes. So it doesn't have to be a chancla, which again is a sandal. It could be anything. In fact, if my mom was here, she could probably get this camera and just start, no, okay, Chief, I'm sorry, Chief, all right. I won't do that anymore, Chief. You see what I'm saying? They can find anything, bro. So don't think you're safe just because there is not a chancla in sight. Oh no, buddies. Oh no, Rob, a Mexican mother could murder you with a chingle dingle, bro. Any chingle dingle, they can find it and murder you with it. It's all about or let's not say murder, because one, we don't want to set YouTube off. We also don't want to accuse Mexican mothers of murder. I mean, I would assume that some have, but most don't, because they are the masters of bringing you to the point of, like, the edge, the brink of extinction, and then saying, that was a warning. Now you can either behave, or I can take you all the way to the other side. And then at that point in time, you're like, I learned my lesson. I will not be meeting my maker today or any day soon at the hands of a Mexican mother. Let's move, guys. Tater, do you have an Asian mother? Is that how you know? Do you have an Asian mother, Tater? And I don't know about this, Nazook. You've got like a high heel. You got like a sandal right there, bro. Sandals are dangerous. Like, that is when they are trying to take you out, bro. There is no... That's like self-defense. They're just trying to take you out. Sandals, I don't know about that. I mean, sorry, high heels. High heels just sound dangerous to me. Oh, okay. You've seen videos, all right. Because you were confusing me here, Tater. And I was all like, I'm pretty sure Tater... Now, we can't just assume here, but I'm pretty sure that Tater is not Asian. It's not even Taco Tuesday, guys, and you guys are over here talking about tacos. Bro, what we need to talk about are those tamales that the moderator made. Now, usually tamales are just saved for, you know, Christmas and special occasions. But no. When you've got someone who enjoys making food, well, then they just pop up. Tamales just pop up whenever, and you're like, whoa, we're making tamales? Oh, that's what's up. Dude, so when you make tamales, you're supposed to let them sit for a little bit, right? So that the masa can retain its shape whenever you're opening up the tamal, right? But like, I was willing to break those rules and nope, I don't care that they need to sit. Let me at them. But then the moderator was all like, nope, you're going to wait. And I was all like, you know what? Fine, I'll wait. But it's because I want to wait. Not because you're telling me to wait. It's because I want to wait. So don't even, moderator. Don't even act like you're bossing me around, because I want to wait. That is why I am not eating a tamal right now. I mean, at that moment, not now, because it'd be dangerous to be eating a tamal right now while I'm driving. Because I would be so distracted. I'd be like, and then I would like be closing my eyes from just like, oh my God, this tamal is so good. And then next thing you know, when I open it up, who knows where I'm at. But yes, guys, I had tamales in the morning, so that was cool. I had tamales for breakfast. That probably slowed me down because I was like, oh yeah, that was delicious. Let me hang out. There's no reason to go out in the cold. Going out in the cold is for losers. Going out in the heat, that's for winners. But I will see you guys out in the cold in the colder months, because I am a loser like that. It's Monday. Down the lake do we go, bros? Because it is We don't want to overexert ourselves. Yo, what's up, Jason? Rob, it does feel like yesterday. Steve. Yes. Steve claiming that I called the homies losers because they fish out in the cold. And Rob pointing out that Silver got stuck on the trailer. Yeah, bro, it was crazy. There should be a law against that. All right, so it's those trees, and I don't got a good marker over here. I'll use that cloud. I'm sure that cloud will be exactly there when I turn around. That cloud will be right where I want it to be, and I'll be like, oh yeah, cast to the cloud, dog. Makes sense, right, guys? Cast to the cloud, you'll be good. You guys see the cloud that I'm talking about? All right, everybody keep an eye on that cloud, because that's where we want to cast to. That's our marker. We'll see what happens. We are currently in some amount of feet, and that amount happens to be 15. You guys got that cloud? Got it. All right. The cloud is perfectly stable, not moving, not evaporating, not changing shape at all. We knew we could depend on that cloud as a marker. Okay, I feel like one of my brakes has come undone. Snizook, I do not know of a time that... I'm almost certain, Snizook, that you are a... Assume a 50 boy on the... Because every time we discuss anything, that is the first thing you see, or the first thing you state. It's weird. I still feel like that brake has set itself again. There's fish marking underneath me right now. I'm gonna do a figure 8 crazy situation. Yep, nobody wants to come and eat. Okay. Just offering a meal on the go, dog. Yep. I don't think Snizook has ever received the memo of the PG-13 status of the Rodcast. And Snizook, I believe I'm no expert, bro, but like that right there, if that is what you are seeing, bro, then you might want to have that lady go to the doctor, because there is some deformations or potentially some lumps. I don't know, but I would have them go get checked. I am throwing a 5XD in the color Blue Jizzard. "15-foot diver." The hump is right there. The point of the hump goes off in that direction over there. I should probably turn the camera just ever so slightly like this. Oh, squiggly wigglies. There are squigglies around here. I may throw my top water here. Though it's kind of odd, because the direction that I am heading right now seems to not be lined up with the area that I went over. So how is that possible? Did my cloud move? My cloud must have moved, guys. Dang, I can't believe my cloud moved. That's weird. I thought I could depend on this cloud here to just hold its position. Dudes, I'm pretty sure my brake came out again. Now, I'm also certain that I threw some super glue on this so that the brake wouldn't come out. But apparently, I will cast the super glue out of a brake. And the camera has moved too much. All right. I was expecting Silver to spin around, and she will eventually, but we gotta be patient. we tried this. Not working right now. See fish moving around. I'm going to throw a shaky head. And also, I will need a mic off moment. So, please enjoy these mountain, the mountain scenery. Snazook is thinking of something else, but enjoy that mountain scenery there, guys. Well, hold on. Somebody is headed in this direction, so potentially I might not be able to mic off. Potentially there's a fish on my bait. And potentially both of those are true. There's a fish on my bait that you guys didn't get to see. And there is, it ain't big. It is not big. It is a little spotted bass. Get cute. It's a little spotted bass. How nice. Coming up. Well, the hook set was not great. Hey. Bro, he must have really wanted that Mag Dizzy. If, when I popped him up, he just came off. Bro, relax, player. All right. So here is this little spotted bass. Oh, they're about to get in the jump, homies. They are in the jump. Oh, is it gonna be a crazy Monday? Fish in the jump. I won't complain. All right, so, wow, they just blew up right next to me. They are in the jump. They are in the jump, sort of. I will not complain, but you guys can watch them in the jump. I have to handle this mic off moment. They're in the jump over here. I think I'm just gonna mic my pants. I think I'm gonna be out here like Braveheart. Hold! 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 And then, you know, anyways. So here we got ourselves a little fatty. So small, but still a little fatty. Guys, if I end up miking off, my apologies. But sometimes you got to take things to the limit. You know what I'm saying? This is a little guy, bro. Super tiny. But sometimes you got to take things to the limit. I'm going to have to be like that astronaut lady that went across country in a diaper. Bro, these guys are in the jump. In a diaper, so I'm gonna have to fish in a diaper. Moderator, we need a budget for adult diapers. Is it gonna be one of these days, bro, where we just throw a top water and we're like, haha, we're catching them on top water. How cute. We don't know just yet. I guess we put a little pause on. It came off. We put a little pause on that one, and then he was like, I'll take a little taste test. Okay. Plop, plop. Oh, that guy instantly on the first pop, but apparently I was not ready for that. I should definitely. Holy moly, these guys are slapping the shad out of my bait. They do not want him here. He is not welcome here, buddies. That's the second one that's come off. He is not welcome here. Hopefully you guys saw him go flying in the air. Very abusive out there. And that is how I end up never getting to mic off. Look at that, bros. Bro, these guys gotta be tiny, because they are slapping the shit out of my bait. They are just sending him skyward. I gotta see what the chat is saying. And when I do have. Let's go find the big ones though. Cause yeah, sure, this is fun, cool. But we also want to find that 5-pound BBL. This right here is just a little guy. I mean, mixed in with these little guys could be. All right, I gotta throw a shaky hit out there, guys. That way I can have a mic off moment. And if you guys want to just stare at whatever, I'll have a mic off moment real quick. All right, so apparently now that I've read the comments, the moderator said that to save the environment, just mic my pants up. I'm not sure if I'm that committed just yet. Throwing a shaky head. There are fish out there, dudes. The question is, can we find the right size? Is it going to be a bunch of little Juans, little Robs? I think that they are going to go, I think eventually they're going to go ape shad right here. Let me get some water, then I'll throw that top water. Oh no. Here we go. Now let's try and make it so you guys can see this. All right, I think I'm somewhere over there. And that was a fish that just went topper water right behind me. Went top water? Is that the right? Was in the jump behind me? I don't know why I said went top water. Probably because I'm still thinking about mic off pant moments. I think this angle back here is better. So you guys just watch that. You're not gonna be able to see the rod movement too much, but you should be able to see the fish. Somebody is blasting behind me. Sounds like somebody's out here. Bless that shotty. They're out here blasting that shotty. Okay, I see the line again. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Moderator, you talked about miking off in my pants, and now there's a fly just kind of cruising around me. I don't know what it's doing here. Yo, what up, Don? All right, we're gonna have to put Snozook in a timeout. Tater, I agree with you that that fishing channels with chicas on them got a lot of subs, but my dude, I value my moderator more than I value the channel. So, will you guys ever see the moderator? Maybe not. So to me, the return is not worth it, bro, because I value my moderator, again, more than the channel. Plus, if she's live, bro, I mean, what's gonna stop her from saying the hurtful things to me, to my face? The typing portion slows her down. She's all like, I'm gonna tell him this. But if she has nothing stopping her, she just got a mic, she'll say anything. I missed one. Got him that time. It's about as big as those other ones that, he's a little bigger. This fish is a little bigger. Not big, but just a little bit bigger. So, not big, just a little bit bigger. He does have a little bit of blood on the other side, so we're gonna release him as quick as we can. Let him do his thing. Dang, Jason's got a new laptop. Jason, can you see me extra crisp on that laptop? Can you see these right here extra crisp on the laptop, bro? You see that? Can you, bro? Let me know. Just cracked a 4. Loquito, bro. Oh, yeah, Jason, that was crazy, bro. That game. No BBLs just yet, hog catcher. We've just been, you know, enjoying this mild weather. Throwing a little topwater action out there. We're hoping we run into one of the BBLs just out here cruising, but so far just smaller ones. Like there's a hit right there. So far smaller ones. We're gonna move angles and whatnot so that we can go to the other side. Look, bro, look at the size, look at the shape of these fish. Like this guy's small and all, right? But like he's a foot, well, you guys can't see that, sorry. He's small and all, but he's like a football. An annoying to settle down, and he's gonna, and then I'm gonna be mad. And then it's not good for anybody. Let's just say anybody on this boat. So yeah, guys, this guy is super tiny. Watch this, bro. Look how tiny this guy is. Like this guy is real tiny. But look at this guy. He's round over here, and then just one little skinny tail. Bruh. Aggressive little twerp. Oh no, Don, this is not, well, they're hitting that. This is not a catwalk, bro. This is a DB, Yozuri 3DB. A Yozuri 3DB in Prism Shad color. I believe that Tater bought one of these. Yozuri 3DB Prism Shad. Iwashalo. Oh, they're in the jump out there, boys. It's about to get crazy. That boat just went through there and shook them all up. I need this to go a little faster, if it could. Sorry guys, I can't fix that camera just yet. I'm trying to get to that location. I guess that'll have to wait. All right, camera, you good? We good? Everybody good? I don't think we're gonna get to him in time though. I just don't believe we'll get to them in time. It doesn't feel big. It is not. It has come off. I'm cool with that. So yeah, Don, it is a Yozuri 3DB. Just lining up my golf shot here, guys. Getting ready. Alva, what's happening? What's happening? All right, let's turn the camera this way while Silver figures out where she wants to position herself. I figured she would have already figured that out. We are now on the other side of the point. I am in about 18 feet of water. Let's see. 16 or so. So I'm gonna throw this top water across this point. Try and get them from the other side. See if I can get something bigger to hit. And then we will throw a deep diving crank. And then a shaky head. A 3/8 ounce shaky head. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was an aggressive strike, but I believe it to have been a little strike. I don't think you guys saw it. I think the camera was just slightly off. Maybe you heard it. Let's read these comments. Caught any yet? Ah, yeah. We've caught some. Nothing of size, but definitely some fish. The biggest fish we've caught was 2 pounds, 10 ounces. Now it's going to be a little harder throwing in this direction because this fool is going to want to get caught on his own line. Well, here we go. I need to go to Georgia and fish with you one time. And why is that, hog catcher? Let's turn it now that Silver has decided she wants to turn. Missed him. I doubt he was huge, but I missed him. See my bait, but I can assure you he is working. Well, I guess I hooked myself in my thumb. It's a flesh wound. It's getting a little breezier. Let's see. All right. Okay. I see your name. Okay. Yo, what up, Dead Rabbit? It's kind of weird. I switched sides and now I'm not getting as many bites. Well, just as I say that, something smacked me. But it was little, whatever smacked me. It was a little fish. Just barely slapped me up into the air. Was just telling me, get out of here, bro. It's not safe for you. Get out of here. I am now throwing a deep diving crank. These fools are over here. I see a couple spots where I've seen them in the jump. I have no idea who these United Professional Anglers are, but I do wish you guys nothing but all the BBLs you can handle. Uh-oh. The jump is happening, boys. But I'm on my own hooks. Hold on a second, guys. Let's see if I can toss all the way over here. I don't mean to spin your heads around, but see the action? You guys see that guy? That guy flew all the way out of the water, and I fear that you guys did not see him. My bad. He flew all the way out of the water. I saw his body. We are currently in 12 feet of water. They're jumping everywhere. Right there. Let me figure out where these guys are at. They're everywhere. But where exactly? Okay, over there. They'll probably start jumping behind me. And then we'll go around in circles chasing. Maybe it's an angle thing. Maybe. I hope you guys are seeing these little turds trying to hit my bait. Maybe the bait is running in that direction. And when we were having our bait run in that direction, they were all like, yo, where's that guy going? Did Tater say he was going somewhere? top water's cool and all. But let's get back on a crankbait real quick. We are in 12 feet of water. Oh, I thought you were taking off somewhere. Because I briefly saw you say something about you're going to get somebody to try and watch me or something. I think that's what I might have read, but I might have misread that, so. What? Look at this guy. This little white bass. Well, I appreciate that, Tater. This one's for you, dog. A toast for Tater hanging in there on the stream. Boop. Now that boop was the sound that the white bass made, not me, bro. I don't go around going boop. That was the white bass. It said boop to Tater, not to me. What the freak, bro? You were almost off the hook. How about you relax and let me do my thing? And then you'll go in the water without a problem. So yeah, bros, let the record show that the Latin bass assassin does not go boop. That was the white bass that went boop. You will not hear me going boop anytime soon for any reason. So write that down. End of sentence, period, dot, boop. I look better on TV, bro. Another white bass. He's coming up here, boop, 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 boop. Boom. And now, Moon is getting excited. Moon is seeing there. Can't myself. Moon is a fan of white bass. I don't know why. It's like his favorite fish. We're currently in 12 feet of water, guys. We have shell, homies. Just out here trying to dull my hooks. What do the shooters say? Say or LCD, what? Well, what do we have here? Boop. Boop. Just a white bass booping around. Yo, Senor White Bass, cálmate. I need you to relax, dog. I need you to relax. Okay, nobody's got to get hurt here, bro. You see? You didn't have that blood there until you started going crazy. Don't go crazy, dog. It's not going to end well for you. It's that simple, player. Let me help you. Help me help you, bro. And I saw your comment, Moon, that you love when I'm catching white bass. How great. Yo, Tater, I'm not the one booping, dog. These white bass are the one booping, not me, dog. You will never hear the Latin bass assassin booping nothing, bro. It's just these fish that come up and they're all like, boop. Like, look at this guy. Boop. Boop. That's all he's doing, dog. Flopping around, going boop. Trying to get someone hooked. Look, bro, we're trying to get people hooked on fishing, but not in this fashion. So if you could kindly take your stupidity elsewhere, then we'd be good. Dude, the camera is angled and you guys can't see what's going on over here. It's almost like I'm hiding my white bass spot. Boop. Why? Dude, and they just keep getting smaller and smaller. Okay, guys, so off to my right apparently is all white bass. And off to my left is potentially largemouth. What about you? All right. Now, why does he take it off with his pliers and not just grab the fish like a quote unquote man? Well, bro, you guys come over here and take all these white bass off the hook for me because these guys find a way to stab you in your hand, stab you with the hook, stab you with all kinds of means. Boss, what the freak is going on here? Boop. Boop. That's all they're doing out here, bro. They're booping up my crankbait. I need you to settle down, dog. Okay. Well, let's go over the edge of the boat. Clearly. This guy's gonna be stupid, all right? You're just one scale away from being free. Don't try and stab my hand. I see you putting up those scales, bro. I mean, dorsal fins to stab my hand. Well, it ain't gonna work this time. Now, I've heard people say, you know, with those white bass, there are largemouth. Well, if I could ever get to the largemouth, I guess we could prove or disprove. What in the funky comadina is going on here? Okay, guys, game plan. Game plan is go through every single white bass until there is not a single white bass that hasn't seen my bait. And then that will leave us with only the largemouth to contend with. Hey, wait, I need you to relax. All right, this is clearly not working. These white bass find a way to get all the trebles in their mouths. Okay. They triple treble themselves and cause me a lot of trouble. Ruben is rooting for the fish to stab me in the hand. Well, there's another one. What? All right. Boop. Look, guys. Look, guys. Cálmate. Relax, my dude. What is going on here, bros? Well, welcome to... I mean, technically, it's the Latin bass assassin. So, Latin bass assassin, they are technically more bass than largemouth are, because largemouth are supposed to be more sunfish than bass. So, maybe catching them makes sense. So Ruben is he's looking to cause chaos. Did you guys see the way my bait or my line was spinning around? That's what I'm talking about. It's like, I know there's not an air pocket down there, guys, but it's the best way that I can describe it, because I'll be cruising down there, then all of a sudden it just kind of does something weird. So Ruben wants to see me in pain, bros. What the guys, if you're into fish catching, cool. If you're trying to catch a specific fish, well, this is an example of frustration. This area was an area that just had mainly largemouth. I know Ruben's on your team, bro, but you're going to have to relax. Ruben is team white bass. And I am team, I don't like getting poked by their fins or by my own hooks. So, whatever team that is, I am part of that team. Yo, Jason, are you so many locos deep that you are not aware that that game happened yesterday? Or are you aware that you're watching a replay and you're just letting us know? All right, dudes, I'm gonna punch these guys. I am going to punch these guys. Clearly, I am in a school of white bass. We're just gonna have to move. I'm trying to force some action here, and it is, I mean, the action is the action, but I'm trying to force some action, trying to get some other bass, not these fools. I mean, dudes, there's a lot of activity down here. Okay, so Jason is aware that it was yesterday. All right, Jason, I'm just making sure, dog. We are trying to make sure that you are good. Because if you haven't seen it, bro, we wouldn't have any spoilers here so that you'd be able to see it in peace. Okay, all right. Clearly these dudes, I mean, there is a lot of fish activity here, guys. Just not the right kind. Stupid little bass. Did you bite me? Did you bite me, fool? You bit me, didn't you? Yes, you did, you little dummy. Yeah. At this point in time, I should move. But will the bass show up? Woo-wee. Mashallah, bro. You are a feisty booper. You almost got me, dog. Reuben, that guy almost got me. I felt his cold body on my fingers, and I was like, hey, that was too close for comfort, bro. That was too close for comfort. That's another one of those fish that I don't want. You can tell by the way he pulls. He pulls all stupid. All right, guys, how many times has this been a fish on every cast? This is stupid. This is stupid is what somebody who is trying to catch fish, but not these fish, says, I guess. How do you do this, fool? You have all those in your face. Oh, we're gonna do it. You have all the trebles in your face. And that is why, guys, I like the song. Because of these white bass, they used to cause me trouble in New Mexico. Like this. Hey, 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 hey. I feel hooks getting near me. They used to cause me trouble like this where I would just catch white bass and then be mad all day because all the slow baits were... all the faster moving baits like crankbaits were getting hit by white bass. And that's basically why I left New Mexico. It's like, I can't stand this. I can't stand this anymore, bros. And that is why I am a fan of the song, It's All About Slow Baits, No Trebles. Because I like throwing slow baits because it is almost 100% likely that you will not get a white bass throwing a worm or something along those lines. So, sign me up for some of that Megan Trainor. It's all about slow baits, no trebles. Oh, now the largemouth are here. Welcome to the party, largemouth. Let me just, what's up? What's going on here, guys? Are we partying? Let's party. Woo! And we got ourselves a largemouth party. Oh, off to my right, apparently, but... the boys are back in town. Here we go. That guy's little. Bro, there are waves of chaos that come through. Whole bunch of far to go chase. Gonna be a largemouth, but oh, it was a little one. Let's do a time check. 4:41. Whereas at this point in time, I could just, I see the size of the fish that they're eating. I could just jump in the water right here and grab one. Yo, bro, what's happening? Now, why is the camera facing that way and I'm throwing this way? Guys, you got to work with me. You got to tell me, yo, bro, we can't see anything. I'm over here seeing these fish jump around and seeing the size of bait that they're chasing. And I can tell you, it is not big. I might switch to my ghost minnow. Bros, yesterday I showed Creel that I changed my hooks, right? I was like, hey Creel, check it out, man. I changed my hooks. And the first comment that Creel told me was, they're too shiny. What the? He said they're too shiny. I'm like, what the heck, bro? First I got rusty hooks, and you don't like my rusty hooks. And then I got new hooks, and you're like, yeah, too shiny. I don't even know, bro. I don't know how someone wins in that situation. That's a no-win situation. You dudes, I watched this stupid white bass following my bait the entire time. I mean, not the entire time out there, but the entire time that I could see it, stupid white bass was following my bait. I don't know what his deal was. He needs to mind his own business. God dang it. He needs to mind his own bees. Boop, boop. Give them a week on the floor and they won't be. Well, he's currently out there, at least for a day. Frickin' white bass. I'm surrounded by white bass. Oh. Brah. So, you must have missed the absurdity of the channel, bro. You underestimate my ability to make things as difficult as possible for myself, bro. Because those rusted hooks, they had a broken off hook. They had a rusted dull one well, it was two different trebles, right? So I understand that one should come out here with the sharpest of hooks ready for the game. But I come out here with whatever's there and say, all right, we'll see what happens. I mean, one time we caught a fish with a worm that we found in the parking lot. And we're like, let's just throw this worm that we found in the parking lot. Why? I don't know. It was just on the floor, so let's throw it. That is the absurdity of the Rodcast, bro. Oh, that is it. Oh, that is it. That is it. Let's throw a shaky head. That should eliminate the ability for a white bass to bite my bait. Now, if I get a white bass on a shaky head, guys, we're gonna shut down the Rodcast, not forever, just for the afternoon, because I'm gonna go swimming down there and I'm going to have a talk with these white bass and ask them why they're out here messing with me. Watch out, little tater, putting some science to it. Oh, yeah. Brah. Oh, I understand that, dog. I understand that, bro. But, you know, if you raise the bar and you're like, all right, let's see if I can catch him on this. And I would have changed the hooks, right? But, you know, when Creel comes in and tells me to change the hooks, well then, I'm gonna at least try it a couple times just to catch a fish on those rusted, broken hooks. And then I'll change it. You know, we'll give in to reason after a while, but we just wanna raise the level of difficulty. We have switched over to a 3/8 ounce shaky head with a mag dizzy on it to eliminate the possibility of getting a white bass. Now, it may have eliminated the possibility of getting a bass, but it's a mag dizzy, bros. We good. We are throwing to the deeper area. We are currently in 12 feet of water. We will also be throwing to our right as the point continues off to our right over here. That reminds me, I don't know what happened to that parking lot worm. I would really like to know what happened to that worm so I can add them to my collection of cool. I'm gonna have to look back and see what color it was so that I can locate him. He's probably mixed in with all the floor baits. And they are having themselves a time. Now remember, guys, we are in search of that 5-pound BBL plus. If we get that, we pay out a $50 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card to somebody watching in the live. Oh no, Creel, it wasn't the lizard. The lizard is under the same protection as the protection detail as Mr. Wiggles. So the lizard came out of a fish's mouth. Well, stomach technically. But the other one was a parking lot worm. I just got to see what color it was. That way we can determine which one it is and if it's still here. And add them to the set of baits that we will send to the Smithsonian when they want to immortalize them for their awesomeness, of course. Not my awesomeness, just the awesomeness of the worms themselves. All right, so there's a Mag Dizzy bite. Welcome to the Rodcast, dog. He ain't big, but he ain't a white bass. So thank the good Lord we see green again, because we were tired of seeing the white bass. Now, we say that in the least fish segregist way, but we were tired of seeing white bass. There you go, guys. Not big, but poor dude got caught on my line. But we were just seriously tired of seeing white bass. And we're casting in the same direction that the white bass were coming from, but we are throwing a different bait. So we're trying to weed through those white bass. Tell me about it, Jason. We definitely need a lunker. Oh, Creel, the lizard. Well, I just told you where the lizard is. I guess I inadvertently answered your question, Creel. Man, I'm glad to see Creel again. How nice. How nice to be able to see Creel again. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. Oh, yes. They are definitely in witness protection, bro. They are in a safe house. This is so much better. And apparently I didn't get Derek's sarcasm, but I will tell you guys right now that I said that in the most sarcastic way. This is so much better now that I can see Creel. So much better. We're going to go to the shallow section over here, or the flat portion of this hump. It has grass on it, so we will throw to the top where we believe there to be grass. Right here, there's just hard bottom. Hard bottom and a lot of fish cruising around. It's one of those things, guys, where you're warned. Be careful what you wish for. And the next thing you know, you get it. It's like if a genie granted my wish and I was like, hey, I want to see Creel again. And then an eagle dropped him off at the cost of a honey bun. And he showed up. And then after that, I'm like, I could see his comments again. Man, there was peace. There was peace before. And now there is chaos. That felt like a little nibble, but maybe not. Let's not say love. Creel, I love you, bro. That right there. That right there. In fact, come here, Creel. Come here. I love you, dog. I love you, Creel. Yeah, dog. Oh, Creel. Yeah. This is the best, bro. Ted Rabbit was sad that the live ended. Bro, Elon just unplugged himself. He's like, I can't take these fools. I'm going to unplug myself. Well, Creel, am I the one making it weird, or is it you making it weird? Because I don't even know what the word weird means. But just like Kettle Rain, maybe you can explain to us what weird means. Is this some new slang here, bro? Is this something that the kids say that I don't know about? Getting weird. Your message. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's exactly what he meant, Dead Rabbit, so I'm gonna let him explain. I'm gonna let him explain what weird means. Maybe this is like some kind of southern slang that I don't know about. Creel, you should also be careful what you wish for as well. Because now I can see your messages. And if I could see your messages, well, this is going to get weird. And I don't know what weird means, guys, but it is going to get super weird. This is going to get as weird as possible. This is going to... Guys, I don't know what weird means, but if Creel says it, then it's got to be okay. It's got to be okay for us to say weird. Ah! And now, this is the point where we need Susie because Snazook is getting out of control. Creel, I only want you to see Taylor Swift because you're the leader of the fan club. That's the only reason I want you to go see Taylor Swift, bro. I'm trying to make your dreams come true by seeing Taylor Swift. And that's allegedly, guys. Allegedly, Creel is the head Swifter or Swiftie. I don't know what they're called. The head Swiftie of the Alabama chapter of the Taylor Swift Swifties. I don't know. Allegedly, of course, guys, we would never go out on the limb and say definitely. We will just tell you guys that allegedly Creel is there must be a tournament that just started right now, guys, because if you look off to over there, there are 6 boats headed my way, going super fast like they got somewhere to be. I don't know where they got to be, but well, apparently this guy's got to be right where I be. So that's cool, B. We exist. Ah! What up, bros?
We fish on down. We going down. All right, thank you.
You're good, man. Go get him. Go get him.
Thank you.
It's all good. The gentleman did check. Much respect to those gentlemen for asking. They didn't have to, but that is a tip of my hat to them. Where's the camera pointing? Sorry, guys. Camera was pointing to nowhere. Now let's see what was going on in the chat. I believe that Neil Patrick Harris is from New Mexico. I believe. I don't know. So apparently Colin, so here's the thing, bro. Checking out Taylor Swift, it never meant that, dang, bros. Now there's 2 boats here. They must really like this area. So there's 2 boats here. I'll show you guys in a second. But like checking out Taylor Swift is not the problem, bro, because I mean that right there establishes you as a heterosexual male, bro, to check out Taylor Swift. That is just basic facts of biology. But listening to her music is what we are putting into question. Around let's say prancing around. I don't know if dancing is the key word, but prancing around to Taylor Swift just because Swift songs. That's where we're a little bit like, well, hold on. But I mean, we're not saying anything about Creel because he's the leader of the fan club, allegedly. So Creel, we're cool with him. If he wants to, let's call it prance around, it might be a little weird, but I don't know what weird means, so we haven't established that. Yeah, see, Colin, so, I mean, it makes sense. That's why you don't need to be Mr. Patrick Harris. You could just be Canadian Bacon and check out Taylor Swift, and then everything's, you know, hunky-dory. Everybody's all like that. Okay, that makes sense, whatever. Again, the comments in the chat do not reflect that of the Rodcast or the Latin Assassin. Snizook is just out here straight up, I mean, labeling people, and all they're doing is listening to music, bro. I mean, I'm sure that Barbra Streisand has like a song that is, I mean, what is the word? It's not listenable. That is bearable. I'm sure she has some kind of song that would be all like, I guess that's an okay song. Who knows, bro? We can't lump them all in, but we're saying that, all we're saying is that allegedly Creel is the leader of the Alabama chapter of the Swifties. And potentially, not allegedly, but potentially, he might be out here prancing around to solo prancing or predancing on, well, just in his, I mean, dude, imagine how much freedom Creel has. The only one who sees what he's doing are the chickens, and they can't squawk about nothing, bro. They might look at him with a judging, like, cockeyed chicken head view and be all like, what is this guy doing out there? As Creel is out there, and now we got bad blood, and doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because that's between him and his chickens, and who knows what goes on in there. So his secret is safe with the chickens. Bro, wind beneath my wings, bro. You cannot just label every song as of one persuasion. Nah, bro. It depends on the song, the situation in life, Creel might have gotten into a fight with Chicken Me, and then he's like, that's it, Chicken him. I am now gonna play this song. And then Chicken Me is staring at him through a window and like, you want some, dog? You want some? Come on, come back, step back into my hood. And then Creel is right there, and then he's playing, and now we got bad blood. It used to be mad love, blah, 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 blah. And then boom, now Chicken Me knows, boss, it's on. Because Creel is basically playing a mixtape from the other side of the wall, and Chicken Me's all like, dude, this guy's mixtape is a little sus. But we are going to, I get the message here. I get the message. He's over here and he is like, he's a little mad because we threw down. So, you know, bro, it just depends. Just depends on the situation. You know, back in the day when the assassin had a heart, you know, maybe he listened to you know, some Aerosmith songs or something, you know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, Aerosmith, are we gonna say, yo, Aerosmith songs, they're okay because they're rock? But dudes, they're rock and they're love songs, bro. Just listen to the words. Now, you guys are gonna be like, nah, bro, did you hear that guitar riff, bro? Did you hear that solo? That's how I know it's a man song. And I'll be like, dude, that's a love song in just a different freaking, in a different type of music, bro. So, same shad, different story. You know what I'm saying? So, Snizook, am I able to say, oh, dude, if you ever listen to Aerosmith's, I don't know, Angel or whatever the case may be, am I able to label Snizook as one way or the other? No, I'm not, bro. Because it's all about the situation. Hey guys, we got ourselves a little cruise liner going through here. I mean, we just can't, bros. Because I'm sure that your dads, well, let's just say some of the dads who were more like traditional hair and whatever. Okay, guys, look at that little cruise ship right there. So I'm sure that some of the traditional dads back in the day, when their kids were listening to Poison and whatever, Metallica, all these guys, well, maybe not Metallica so much, I don't know, but all these rock bands, the hair band era, I'm sure, I mean, because dude, some of those hair bands, like, they dress pretty, let's just call it weird. So they dress pretty weird, and I'm sure that if you guys grew up in that era and you guys were hardcore freaking Poison or Bon Jovi or whatever fans, your dads were all short, and you are of one persuasion, I'm sure that was just, you know, you guys were like rebelling and you're like, Dad, I like this long hair. That's how everybody wears it, Dad. You just don't know. You're old, Dad. Come on, Dad. And then he's just right there. He's like, you cut your hair, son. Only girls have long hair. And then next thing you know, he's labeling you weird. And you're all like, Dad, I am not even weird in the slightest. And then he's like, son, you look super weird with your long hair, earrings, and kind of weird cut-off shirts. son, you are as weird as it gets. I mean, we still don't know what weird is, guys. Like, that was a word that Krill typed into the chat, and we're trying to figure out the definition of. But either way, bros, like, it would be like that, bro, to label somebody what you think they are based off of Tater definitely has had too many drinks, bro, because he's like, and I don't want to close my eyes. Blah, blah, blah. Because of a something, something, something. Who knows, bro? All I'm saying is... Cause I miss you, baby, and I don't want to miss a thing. But you guys are all like, yo, this is super tough, bro. This music right here, this is what men listen to, all right? It's rock, bro. You hear the electric guitar? That means that it's okay for us to rock out with our socks out. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are just there, yeah, this is acceptable, bro. But dude, I'm telling you, one must not label someone based on the music they listen to. Because I will tell you guys, I have a music library that spans. Dude, I'll even listen to some what do you call it? Some classical music and stuff, bro. It doesn't really, I mean, I draw the line at some music. I mean, some music that's obviously, so here's the thing, bro. What about, like, George Michael's, bro? George Michael's, you gotta have faith for faith. Ooh, did you guys see my dance moves come out while I was just chilling here? I would have got a little more hip action into it, but I wouldn't want it to be too provocative for you guys. Because if you listen to George Michael's, well, what does that mean? It just means you like the song, bro. It don't mean that you like vatos because allegedly George Michael's likes vatos. Like, who cares, dog? We got Whitesnake, we got Queen, we got Parachute Pants. It's just, bros. It's just music, dog. I mean, like if the person in the song said, hey, bro, I like dudes and I like kissing dudes and whatever. Okay. And you listen to that music. Okay, well then maybe at that point in time, we might be able to say, all right, bro, I kind of feel like this person might be into dudes. And I mean, to each their own, whatever, bro. I know my personal preferences, but I mean, if it's legal in the United States, bro, I mean, what am I gonna do, dog? You do whatever is legal. But saying. If the vato is singing, yo, I like kissing dudes, and then you're out there singing, oh yeah, I like kissing dudes, well then, okay, at some point in time, we gotta be all like Snozook was listening to that jam, and we're gonna have to be a little wary around him, just in case, right? But if they're singing a song about like love in general, well then, I mean, I guess you can put whatever version of person you want in on the other side of that song. It's not like they are out here making you sing these songs and be, or you could even just change the station, bro. It's all, I mean, don't be scared of the boogie song, bro. You're not gonna wake up one day and be like, oh my God. Now, when it comes to children, that's a different story. They, you know, like they got minds that can be molded. But if you're just a full grown adult and you're just like whatever, well, at that point in time, bro, I don't think that a boogie song is gonna change who you are. Yo, Colin, I'm hoping that all of these are fishing level type conversations, bro, because that's what we bring you. Daily fishing level conversations where people are just, you know, they're just people, dog. I mean, level-headed, and that doesn't mean that I don't have like my personal stances. It's just like my personal stances are my personal stances that I have, and I will not waver from unless we have some kind of earth-shattering information that comes in. But if there is no earth-shattering information, then I continue with my personal views. I don't express them openly. And that's mainly because who cares? Who cares? Dude, so girls just want to have fun. Like, dudes, Cyndi Lauper, whatever, no big deal. But, bro, if I'm chilling with the moderator and that song comes out, if I'm chilling with the moderator and that song comes out, bro, I mean, I will not be above dancing in my house singing Girls Just Want to Have Fun so that I can make the moderator laugh, or I can, you know, like just go around and then she's like, what is this, guys? And maybe she sings with me, maybe she doesn't, who knows, bro? But I understand that just singing Girls Want to Have Fun doesn't mean that I want to be a girl. It just means I'm funny, bro. And, you know, but not funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm just funny. So it's no big deal, bro. And it's no big deal for me to be up here and be all like, karma, 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 chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Oh, it's not a big deal, bro. Hopefully somebody tells me I'm the greatest angler on YouTube out there. I don't know. But it's just a song, dog. Oh, bros. I think nowhere in the definition of gay does it say has to like this music. I think the definition of gay is likes vatos. Like it likes vatos, but also listens to George Michaels or Boy George or whatever, bro. That's not in the definition. Is likes vatos. So if you don't and you sing a song that like girls just want to have fun and you do not like vatos, but if you are easily persuadable, then at that point in time, bro, I would be careful what songs I sing. But to each their own. Now, a dead rabbit. Nowhere did I say that any of that happened. So, of course the moderator would not say that because none of that happened. I was just pre-dancing, singing, girls just want to have fun. I've probably also pre-danced singing to the moderator, probably something like something ridiculous like, ooh, oh no way, it's like, oh, I feel like a woman, but I'm not. So, like, so at that point in time, bros, like that, like I have zero problem doing stupid stuff like that because I know that I don't like vatos. And I also know that I am not a woman. So the joke is that I'm singing that song. The most machismo son of a gun is the one who's singing, man, I feel like a woman. Like that. If you guys cannot enjoy life and just joke around, then you're too serious, bro. You're too serious. You know who started it, bro? It was Creel. No, actually, it was Dead Rabbit. It was Dead Rabbit because Creel said that this was being weird. Again, we don't know what weird means. But Creel said that, quit saying I love you. This is getting weird. And so we were like, okay. Nobody knew what it was. And then Dead Rabbit went and changed the lettering. And then all of a sudden, here we go down this rabbit hole of 80s rock music was borderline weird, but all you guys were all like, oh bro, this is the best. I love dudes dressing and putting makeup on and painting their hair and who knows what else. But that was okay. I like getting earrings and doing things that get me close. I mean, dudes putting on eyeliner. Oh, well, what just happened here, bros? You see what I'm saying, dog? How is that cool? How is that cool? Also, how did my... Oh, wait, no. Now, I hope I didn't get anybody needing to go to get some professional help and be all like, look, doctor. Those are some fighting words in Canada. So, Tater, now that I've had a moment to actually look at these comments and observe what was being said there. Now, Tater, I will tell you right now that one thing that is not tolerated, on this Rodcast, and we will shut this chat down faster than you will know what hit us, bro. One thing that is not tolerated is any mention of any sexual anything when it comes to the moderator. So we will allow you the chance to, I mean, whether you were drinking or not is irrelevant. So we will allow you the opportunity to, if you feel you need to extend the correct action, and we will go from there. But I will tell you and anyone else who's listening right now that will not be tolerated, bro, because that is the red line, and we will shut it down real quick, bro. We will shut it down. So, Tater, as a man, you have apologized. You were not around during the time when we had to handle business before. So, you got one. So, I mean, as long as the moderator accepts the apology, then we are good, dog. Because I understand that this is a chat of mostly vatos, but we try and keep it PG-13. And one thing that we will not do is have anything addressed to the moderator of that form. So if that is your intent, then you will quickly find yourself in a different in a different chat room. Yes, bro. You can read your comments back. You asked a particular question. But the moderator has given the thumbs up, so then we shall continue, Tater. But that is your one and only warning. We do appreciate the corrective action, but as we are all men here, we will protect whatever is precious to us. And we will go from there. So let us move, homies. We will act like that is in the past. Moderator said we're good, so we will continue. We are on the move. Hopefully we can avoid all the white bass, because although we did catch fish there, they were white bass. Doesn't unplug, but my odds are that he will unplug.